is Libertalia, Winds of Galecrest.
What
does everybody think of this one?
Fun.
It's really fun. I was daunted by the amount of moving parts at first, but once you get used to it, it's like, oh, okay, I see. I really like the strategy mechanics.
I'm a big fan of screwing over your friends, but in like a really fun, wholesome way.
There's a lot of...
This was the right amount of like, oh, sorry, that's tough for you.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a whole lot of screw your neighbor in this, but there's also, like, I love that there's chaos in this game, but it's all, like, controlled chaos. Mm-hmm. Like, somebody gets to decide if they're going to create chaos or not.
Right.
Yeah.
At all points, the chaos that happens is someone's decision to
Right.
throw
For the most part,
a spanner
yeah.
in the works.
Yeah.
And I like that the chaos can be to your benefit or to your detriment.
Right.
And just because it's to your detriment doesn't mean it isn't good for the overall game.
Right.
Yeah.
You can temporarily shaft yourself to take someone else down, which will be better for you in the long run.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's a fun mechanic.
Yeah, like playing
'Cause
the
then
wind
it's
nymph
like-
to kill somebody else's wind nymph or something.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, is it worth it for me to do this to myself now in order to set myself up for success later?
Yeah, I think everything about this works really well. I'd be curious to play the original Libertalia and just to see, like, what was clunky about it. Because there's actually like a summary in the rulebook about.
Talking about the old version.
Well, no, it's a publisher's note that it's like, here's a list of what was changed from the original version, but it lists what was changed and not what the original had.
What was changed
Like,
from.
this is just like, here's the new stuff if you know how to play
Gotcha.
the original game,
Gotcha.
basically. But I'd be curious to see, because this feels like it works really well. Like,
Yeah.
everything about this is kind of a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
I love how you have all, like, we all know what cards are available, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
also-
you have to pay attention to, you know.
Especially in a 5-player game, it's real easy to lose track. Like, I was going, okay, I know that those 3 played a brute, but did Jen play a brute?
Yeah.
I don't. Had you, by the way?
No.
You never did.
I never played
You
my
never
brute.
did. Okay.
Nope. Yeah, it's...
Brutal.
Ha. Yeah, at first I didn't think I liked the fact that we all had the same cards because it felt like I couldn't do, like, stealthy strategy.
Right.
But then I realized that knowing what everybody had is just a different flavor of strategy, because then it's like, okay, well, I know we all have
Yeah.
merchants.
Right. And on that
So-
round, we're all going to want to...
At what point are people most likely to play that card to get the loot? Okay,
Right.
so do I want to try, like, where's my reputation? Am I likely to edge that out? What could they play that could... And so it's neat.
I found myself just, like, handcuffed for, like, oh, I could play this and get that, but if somebody else plays that, then that's going to ruin my whole plan. No!
Yeah.
So much of that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I got rid of, like, that round where I got rid of my merchant. I was like, I'm going to do scout because I'm pretty sure everyone's going to do the explorer, but I don't know. I was like, yeah, everyone did the explorer. I was like, if I do the explorer, I'm not going to get a map out of it. So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved the scout card.
The scout might be my
Scout was
favorite
That
really
card.
was
That
so
was-
much fun because I was looking at my cards and I was like, okay, I could play this to get that, or I could play this to get that.
Those are cool.
Or I could play the scout and see what everybody else does, and then
Right.
figure out what the
Yeah,
best
yeah.
deal is.
See, and I think I held on to my scout a couple rounds longer than I first thought. Maybe I'll play that, just because I was like, but what if everybody else does it too? And then I'm the lowest on the reputation track, so it doesn't help me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, flip them! Oh, a lot of people thinking the same thing.
Am I the-
That's what I thought people were going to do last round.
I can't believe the barkeep is the high card. All right, well, it doesn't.
Well,
It
the
won't
scouts,
necessarily
yeah.
be. Nick!
Discard, please.
Ah.
Okay, we'll just leave things where they are for now. But, Jen. Line in with the barkeep.
Yeah, God damn it.
Oh, good. Now I'm the low card. Great. I love
Actually,
this
it's
for
perfect.
me.
Yeah.
Great. That gain 1 coin every night is going to offset the amulet I'm going to pick up, or the relic I'm going to pick up this round.
That's great. There you go.
I love these too.
Yeah, I just checked the other side.
Just changing the loot. Like, there's 2 different possibilities for every loot token, and you can just play with a set.
What's that? Oh, is that just,
That's just
one of the sides?
Yeah, that's one side of the
Okay.
tokens. But then they all have token versions for these, and there is in the box actually. There's at least one blank
so you could
token you could create your own if you
Yeah, I
wanted
was gonna
to.
say, I imagine they could like release additional expansions that change some of the
Yeah, that's what I
things.
was like. These are really cool is to have additional ones. So like
Right.
swap in, so you're not always using the same chest, even if it's not like the same size. It's a whole different.
Right? Yeah.
That changes things up.
But
a
there's
lot.
also 40 different character cards to change
right,
things up
and then
too.
it's all
You
based on
only
their
see a total of 18 of them
synergy.
every game.
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking through them now because I'm like, what else could we have done?
Right, and the
Yeah.
combos like change every time.
There's
Yeah,
the
because I
tokens.
could never get it to work, but I was like, if I could get a witch and the water nymph, that's 4 coins.
That's a solid coin play every game.
Yeah, but
everyone
nobody
was
let
hip
that
to that,
happen.
yeah.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
good. You shouldn't let that
Right,
happen.
right. So these are for the single player version of the game, but
Oh,
then
that's cool.
there's one blank that you can
just
make your
decide what
own.
all of them are.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like the blank stuff. That's always a great ad.
Yeah. Really, really solid game. I like this one a lot.
Yeah,
I,
me too.
I
It's
could,
easy.
I would definitely play this. I could see this hitting the table a lot, honestly. This is a good one.
Yeah. It'd be a good like weekend trip game.
Yeah.
To take. Yeah.
'Cause this is-
Especially like once you get a couple rounds and everyone starts to know it really quick, and you could just pick it
Yeah.
up again the next day and
Right,
do another
yeah.
one. Yeah.
It's 1 to 6 players. The game is a little different with 1 or 2. 1 is it's like there's a whole alternate rule book.
That's cool. I like that.
And 2, you add in. There's a gimmick with this midshipman guy, where he lives on the 2nd and 3rd spots of the island.
Oh, to help fill out.
He's worth 20 and a half. If only one person plays something below him, they have to play it here, and that means that the other player gets to. There's 3 loot tokens up for grabs every day, but if there's a character here, the other player gets to discard 1 before you get to
like,
choose.
yeah, so you don't have to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that adds something
cool.
to it. And yeah, that's kind of what's different about the 2-player game. But Board Game Geek says it's best with 4 to 6.
I can see.
I
so,
can
yeah.
see
Very
why.
social, yeah.
This feels like it really sings with a good-sized group, because then you get that chaos
Yep.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the more unpredictable humans you have throwing things down
Right.
the board,
Perfect.
Yeah,
the more chaotic it gets.
But a really solid game from Stonemaier Games. Thank you guys so much for sending it to us. Really glad that we got to check this out.
Cool.
That was
Yeah,
very fun.
It's a good one.
And also the art's really pretty.
It
I
is.
love
It
Yeah.
is. I
That's
love.
nice.
I love the character art on this. These, all of these like really vibrant, cool-looking like animal characters
and
that.
the color palette's really
Yeah,
nice.
that are like sort of steampunky because
Yeah.
it's sky piratey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, thanks for checking out BNB Tabletop, the home of the Board and Barrel. A live show every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Pacific where me and my buddies play board games. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. We like to keep things interactive with our Buff and Nerf house rules that allow you to influence the course of the game, and virtual bingo cards that could win you a free board game of your own. So do us a favor, do yourself a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding that notification bell. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you Sunday night.